Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your energy check-in. Today we're doing a different format of the reading since we're in the 1111 Stargate portal. It's a very important energetic marker for anyone on the spiritual path, but especially for Twin Flames. As you know, the 1111 is considered the number, the marker for Twin Flame connection. And people are paying attention to 1111 and the clock and any other reference to 1111 as a sign that something important is being communicated for their Twin Flame journey. That's actually a good point. A lot of times people are just happy that it's like, oh yes, I'm a Twin Flame and I'm seeing 1111. Yeah, that's a good sign, right? But it's actually a lot more than that. And I'm not saying that it's a good or a bad thing. I'm just saying that usually there is a message coming in, at this point. So this is something to draw your attention and then to notice what is it that you're thinking, that you're feeling, that you're experiencing at this time. What kind of message is the divine, the universe, your guide, let's say, is sending you this way? Because they know that, of course, this is gonna mean people know about it and it's gonna mean something, right? But it's not a sign on its own, right? It's a way for you to pay attention to something that's going on at this point in time and space. So just something to think about. And we're gonna switch to our reading. So I have a few decks with me. I will start with Beyond the Lemuria and Beyond Lemuria, deck. And I have some other oracle decks if we need more. But what I'm trying to see today, and it's gonna be, I'll be using like one deck per each of the twins, and we'll be answering two major questions two major questions for the twins. We'll see how this portal is preparing each of the twins for the next ascension cycle, because it's definitely a milestone for sure. And this kind of concludes this transformation period that we had going on with the eclipse season, right? So this is kind of like that final push forward to something new, something different, something more advanced. What is it? We'll find out. And then of course we'll get some guidance and we'll see how the journey, how the connection itself, like the journey for the twins is impacted, the dynamic of it with this Stargate portal. So it's going to be another question. Okay, let's get started. We'll pull a card for each of the twins to begin with to see what do we need to know about. What is this Stargate portal about actually, right? So this is different from the question, what is it preparing us for, right? This is like, what kind of change is it bringing, right? For each of the twins. What is it awakening in us? It's like the 1111 moment on your clock. Imagine that, right? This is 1111 on your calendar today. Why is this the important date? Yeah, it's a little bit too many cards. Let's get one or two, please. Okay, thank you. So for Divine Feminines, we have endless opportunities. Wow. I don't want this reading to run too long, so I'm not gonna go too much into the book and the interpretations today. If you're interested in getting more information, let me know in the comments and I'll post the rest of the message for these cards, because they are beautiful, and each of the cards in Beyond Lemuria deck have like a story behind them, more of an artistic story, because all of these cards are actual paintings by the author. But also, of course, there is more detail on how the symbolism in the picture is related to the title, what it means, divinatory meanings, all that stuff. But basically, it's bringing endless opportunities for the feminine. I'm actually glad that there is a feminine figure here. I also see this as the sun, right? So it's like extra sunshine that gives a warm hug and basically gives all of these various opportunities and ideas that need to be captured at this time, at least, right? Like it's with the bubbles, where the bubbles have pretty short life cycle and we're supposed to enjoy them while they last. A lot of times it's just seconds, sometimes could be minutes, but usually not more than that. So whatever downloads you get at this time, record them. At least have like a voice memo or something for yourself if you don't have a chance to actually write it down, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense. And of course, this also relates to dreams, visions, anything else of that sort, right? Any kind of experiences during meditation, record it, because it's gonna be super important. It's gonna give you some clues towards your next path. And today you may not even know how exactly is it related, but say a few days from now you will see exactly what it means and how to apply it to your journey, to your life. Okay, and this is number 23, by the way, which comes down to 5, which is about change, right? Changes in life. Let's see what we have for divine masculine. There is this moment in time mean for divine masculine, twin flame. Okay, we have soul star chakra, merging with the divine. Wow, it's beautiful. And actually, in like this, since this is a chakra card and this is like a higher chakra, but still, there is also this sign. I'm gonna put it closer to the camera so you can see it better, and you can do like a ritual of working with this chakra. If you have any DMs watching this, then you can imagine that you're drawing this image, this sigil really. You're drawing it in the air and you do it 3 times. And yeah, so this is gonna be like the, you're supposed to place the card ideally, but you don't have to. You don't have to have the card for working with it. But this is definitely creating a deeper connection with the divine, where divine masculines are gonna be more trustful of the messages that they receive. And there will be like new channels of communication for receiving those messages. Okay, I'm gonna be using the Thelema deck for divine feminine questions. So the first question is, how is this Stargate portal preparing the next level of ascension for divine feminines? And I'm gonna pull 3 cards like that. And the other question is, what is the guidance? What actions should be taken by divine feminine at this time? And then I'm going to be using the After Tarot deck for divine masculines. And we'll ask the same questions. How is this Stargate portal is impacting divine masculine next level ascension? And also, what is the guidance for the actions? Okay, and then for the connection energy, I'll probably use a 3rd deck, and I decided that it's going to be the Light Seers deck. So I'm just gonna do a quick shuffle. What does this target portal mean for the connection and for bringing the twin flame union closer for twin flames? Okay, we'll pull 3 cards for this. There we go. Okay, now let's get started. Let's start with divine feminine part. So what is this Stargate portal? How's this helping with next level ascension? We have the Sun, 2 of Cups, and Justice. Oh my god, this is so cool. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up. And you see the Sun again. You remember I mentioned the Sun in this deck and new opportunities. Yeah, and it's bringing the union closer essentially, and it's helping divine feminine get more healed and get into a more balanced state where it's like, I don't want to make it too sugary, like super positive, although all of these cards are very, very positive, like without exaggeration. So this is a time to celebrate, because if this is what's coming up, if this is what we're aiming for and what we're moving towards, happy days. I mean, me as a divine feminine, I'm super happy already with these cards, even without seeing anything else, right? Even if it's for myself, right? For my own definition of love, of healing, and of karma clearing, right? So for some, the karma justice is also karma clearing, has that meaning as well. For some, it's karma clearing from either previous events of this lifetime, or even some generational karma clearing, or some kind of karma rebalance from other lifetimes, because we do carry a good baggage of that karma with us into this lifetime. And to me, it just shows that divine feminines have done so much healing work. Then this karma starts reconciling, and it's being released, like the baggage is being released. Also, another point may sound a little less optimistic, but it's actually, in my opinion, it's a good thing. The karma cycle is going to become the faster one. So you will see like immediate feedback on karmic events and karmic actions. And it can be both for the good and the bad stuff, right? So you take an action out of love, out of feeling of joy and balance, you get immediate reward from that karmic cycle. You act out of ego and maybe some negative low vibe energy, you will see negative feedback right away, right? It's gonna be very instant, like maybe not instant in seconds, but at least it's gonna take hours, not like months or years, where sometimes we see like the consequences of our actions much later, and we don't even always recognize that, right? So that makes that learning curve and the healing process harder, actually, right? When it's immediate, then we can see immediately, okay, what we do, how we think, our energy directly impacts our life. This is one of those times where miracles will be happening in our life frequently. The advice, the action to be taken, the Fool, Seven of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. Yeah, again, Four of Cups, this is the card of new opportunities, right? And you can guess then this with the Fool card, and the Seven of Pentacles actually looks pretty similar in this deck. It's about going for it, right? Taking these opportunities. Actually, the combination of the cards is believing that these opportunities that come in, these ideas that you get into your mind, into your conscious space, they are there for your good. The new people you're going to be seeing, they are there for a reason, for, to deliver value to your journey, to your life. But it's going to be not just important to acknowledge that, but also to take action towards it. I mean, Seven of Pentacles is not that much about action, but it's more about planning. But with this, I'm getting that this is planning it into your life, like weaving it into it, right? Not just like writing it down and be like, that would be nice, and then going off with your day, right? But this is actually implementing those ideas, those opportunities into your life, and adjusting your previous plan if needed with this new information that you receive. Very important to be doing that refresh and replan more often in the coming days and weeks. Okay, let's see what we have for divine masculines. So for the meaning of the Stargate for the next level ascension, we have Page of Swords in reverse, the Magician, and the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups in After Terror is the part where he's actually gone to the to give to the lake or whatever it is, body of water, to have a drink, and to probably give a drink to his horse, right? So it's a little bit different vibe here than in the original Knight of Cups deck. And what we can tell with this information, especially with Page of Swords in reverse, is that divine masculine gets leveled up in terms of their thought process, their thought form, right? And how much they actually acknowledge what's going on and can quickly come up with a positive loving action in the moment. Not like being like scratching their head and be like, wow, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know if I want to even think on this. Like, this is weird. Like, I don't want to deal with that, right? Or just making a very quick decision out of the momentary impulse, right? This is not like that. This is going further, where seeing the bigger meaning in things, seeing again the results of manifestation process, and understanding how manifestation works in general, right? And that's where we see the soul star chakra lighting up, where it's going to be, because the connection with the divine is going to be much stronger, much brighter, then the presence of love and the manifestation, positive manifestation, is going to be much more present in their life, right? So it's going to be less of petty and childhood childish actions, and it's going to be more of something that's more mature and something more coming from more aware, more from better awareness. There we go. I hope that makes sense. Okay, the action that we have, that's interesting. We have 9 of Cups, 9 of Wands, and 10 of Swords. So all of them are kind of closing the cycles. So what do I see with the masculines? They've also been working hard, mostly around their karmic journey and different karmic events, right? They are at the end of the cycle, not quite finished yet with a lot of those situations. And they're asked to make sure that they are taken care of, right? They don't just give up on them or, you know, rub something under the carpet and just pretend like nothing happened because they have this new ideas and opportunities, right? No, this is the baggage that's going to be following them if they don't close it. And they're so close to processing it, transmuting it, and releasing it, right? It's about the fears, certain fearful situations where they may be holding on. Actually, this is 10 of Wands. I just realized, yeah, this is also a 10. So 2 10s and a 9. Holding on to those karmic situations. It's like, to me, this in this picture, this wand looks like a walking stick almost. So it's like a crutch, right? Like they cannot let go of it. The 10 of Swords, and in this deck, because it's the after tarot, the person is already dead, right? So it's kind of like it's draining you like crazy. It's getting you into a worse state, like worse for wear with time. So it's time to let go of it, and you're gonna feel better right away, to process it, to maybe just to forgive in certain situations. For others, if it was an argument with someone, like a battle, right? We can see here like a result of a battlefield. Have that conversation, have that communication, have an energetic reconciliation with those people. It's needed. It's needed for divine masculines to find that peace of mind. And this is about the mind. This is the Swords, right? This is about fears and not wanting to take positive action to leave the burdens behind. And this is about 9 of Cups, is about the desires that they have. It's about upping up the expectations and the standards for what is my dream like, what is the wish that can come true, or I want it to come true. Going from, and this is like a more of self-indulgent energy, going from wishing, I don't know, to be able to have the best meals every day, or I don't know, being able to buy an expensive car, to something a lot more on the spiritual level, like wanting love, wanting happiness, wanting true friendship, wanting to be doing something that's a passion in heart, things like that, right? So going like, and a lot of like, it's not the wrong thing to wish for financial abundance or certain freedom in 3D life, but it's about why do you want it, right? And being able to buy expensive food or expensive clothes may not necessarily be that, you know, that good reason. Right? And there's nothing wrong with it, but it shouldn't be the ultimate goal, right? Because as we know, money is energy. And then it's about what do we want with energy. It's one of the manifestation tactics as well, right? Do not manifest as much of like a certain amount of money, but rather the goal, right? What do you need that money for? Do that inner analysis first, right? And manifest the result, not the money as a like intermediate mean of exchange, right? But what is it actually you're trying to achieve with that money? For example, you want to have a house of your dreams, right? Good plan, why not, right? You don't necessarily need to ask for like, I don't know, $1 million, right? But you can have that vision of the house in mind, right? And then think, how can I make the dream closer? Or at least put that as part of your intention and part of your manifestation. And the universe will find ways to do it for you. It may not go exactly according to your plan, but it's important to have that in mind. So yeah, this is upping up, leveling up on the DMs I suggested, strongly suggested, to level up on their expectations and the dreams that they have, basically. Okay, how is this target portal impacting the connection? Wow, we have 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, and Temperance. This is dope. I love this so much. Yeah, so you can see that it's, again, the Temperance is another card of rebalance and bringing the energies more intact. And I know that a lot of times when you talk about impermanence, it's a lot about balancing out masculine and feminine energy. When you talk about that, especially when you talk about connection, you know, relationship or interaction between two people, people think that it's about balancing between two people, but actually it's a balancing between those energies within each of the persons. And yes, it's important on two levels. I'm just gonna talk through this very quickly. First level is in each connection, each and every romantic connection that is possible on Earth, the opposite energies are attracted to each other. So one person has predominantly feminine energy, another person masculine. It doesn't necessarily correlate to the gender. Like masculine doesn't have to live in the male body, right? It can live in a female body. But from energy perspective, there's always the polarity. One person is mostly of the feminine energy, another person is mostly of the masculine energy. And it's important to keep that going, to have that in mind, and I'm not saying that it's not changing like back and forth, right? But it's still important to keep that, especially when you're trying to have a conversation or to solve something or to partner on something together. Like that should be the default baseline. If I am the divine feminine, my default baseline should be feminine energy in my dynamic with my DM. Theirs will then stay masculine. As soon as I'm jumping into the masculine energy, which I could do from time to time if I have that intention, right? But you should be mindful of that. As soon as I'm jumping into the masculine energy, my DM kind of falls back into the feminine energy. And then, you know, those cases when we are angry about something and we want them to take responsibility or to be more brave or whatever, like more proactive and whatever, like a little bit more forward. And we're starting being this aggressive and forward person ourselves, and then we're expecting the masculine to respond, to be bigger, better, and more masculine. But it's actually the opposite effect that we're reaching, because they're falling back into the feminine energy and then become more passive, quiet, and all those things that are more representative of the feminine energy. So keep that in mind. It's important to stay within the baseline as a default, right? Of course, in certain situations in life, we kind of turn on more of this energy, of that energy, depending on what we need. As a business owner, for example, from time to time, I need to turn on my masculine energy. As a project manager in a corporate job, I had to turn on my masculine energy a lot. You know, when I'm employing somebody to do a certain job, I'm kind of more in that masculine energy as well, at least from time to time, right? So there is that sort of authority, right, where it's needed, because I'm supposed to be a decision maker, I'm supposed to drive the conversation, those kind of things, right? But it's good to be mindful of that and not get carried away too much with either one and have them intact, in balance, right? So it's about that, balancing your own energies, so that then you can have a more constructive. But this is already happening. This is what we see, right? This is the effect, which is gold. It's not very easy to achieve, but it's super important for union to get closer. 6 of Cups is in 10 of Cups, and both kind of like the union cards, right? It's about having this emotional fulfillment and the 5-star experience from enjoying each other's company, from sharing each other's childhood memories I'm getting, from dreaming about the future. And yes, you may not be at the phase where you and your DM are exchanging dreams and thoughts about the future together as a couple. Maybe not yet, but I'm sure that each of you have those dreams and visions in mind, at least individually, right? That do not necessarily have to do with specific people or like each other, right? And it's still very important. So please be open to that. Whoever is watching, DMs, because this is about the connection. So this is going to be happening for both twins. It's such a sacred, intimate space where this exchange is happening, where the twins show this vulnerability and then exchange these desires, these dreams, these visions, you know. And it's important to support each other in this energy, right? So that we become less afraid to be authentic and to express ourselves this way, right? Because energetically, our twin is like the closest person to us in this lifetime, on this planet, right? They're supposed to be the person we're most comfortable with, sharing something intimate, sacred, personal, right? And this is where it all starts, right? We're comfortable with them, then we can go out and share more of this personal experience with other people, right? To take it out, to actually implement it, not just dream about it at night, right? But actually do something about it. So it's very important in terms of capturing those dreams and intentions and making them real. I love this, love it so much. Okay, let's actually do, I have the Hermit Tarot deck, but I'm not going to use it today. I will use my Angel Therapy deck, and I'll get the last message of advice for each of the twins from the angels. Let's see what the angels are suggesting to us, because here we saw more of the advice of action for the 3D space, for the karmic vibes. And now let's see what we have from the angels. The first card is going to be a piece of advice for divine feminines watching. What's the advice from the angels for this time? How can we make it even better? These are some amazing cards. I'm so pleased with my own journey actually as well. Okay, we have, oh, that's too many actually, 4 cards. Can I please have 1 or 2? Just gonna do this. Release. Work with Archangel Michael to let go of what no longer serves you or your purpose. Yeah, so it looks like Divine Feminine is completing this process, but there's still something that can be released. And Archangel Michael, by the way, is the one responsible for twin flames and twin flame unions. So I think on the 11/11, it's relevant as ever, you know, more than ever at any other point in time, to be able to connect with this archangel and ask to release anything at all that you have struggled to release yourself. What do we have for divine masculines watching? Okay. Have you asked your angels to help with this? Yes, similar vibe here. Your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. So this is a bit more generic. The feminine message was specifically for Archangel Michael. This is more about angels and guides in general that DMs have, and you don't even need to know their names, who they are specifically, but you know that you have angels and guides who are around, who care about you and want to help. Let them do that. Ask them for help. They definitely can see the bigger picture, right? So they can definitely help you out to resolve any kind of challenging situation that you have on your mind right now. Okay, I'm gonna finish it here. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you have an amazing 11/11 experience for yourself, and I'll be back with new readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.